They are ready to undertake the military effort in the country. The Jews won't be able to stay. So the defensive ethos changed into an offensive ethos.
A more extreme group now emerged from the Haganah, called Irgun, the national military organization in the land of Israel. In March 1937, Irgun launched a series of bomb attacks against Arab cafes, markets, buses, and trains. With the cycle of violence in Palestine growing, the British decided to act.
At St. James's Palace, a conference is hoping to arrive at a solution of the Arab-Jewish problem of Palestine.
After a conference in London, attended by both Arabs and Jews, the British government produced a white paper setting a limit on Jewish immigration to Palestine for the next 5 years. Beyond that, it would be left to the Arab majority to decide. To the Jews, this was complete betrayal. Soon the British would feel their anger. On the 26th of August 1939, Irgun started its own war against the British, killing 2 officers in a bomb attack. Six days later, the whole world descended into war. The Irgun immediately called off its campaign, so as not to hinder Britain's fight against what they called Jews' greatest enemy in the world, German Nazism. But within Irgun, a splinter group now emerged, led by a man determined to fight on.
Abraham Stern thought that Britain was a greater enemy of the Jews than Nazi Germany. And he wanted to continue to fight the British during the Second World War in order to expel them.
In July 1940, Stern created a new militant breakaway from Irgun called Lehi, or Fighters for the Freedom of Israel. To the British, it was simply the Stern Gang. The fate of Volker Bernadotte would be determined by these men.
They wanted the British out of the Middle East. The Germans wanted the British out of the Middle East. So Lehi decided to make common cause with the...
and fanaticism.
Simply the Stern Gang. The fate of Volker Bernadotte would be determined by these men.
They wanted the British out of the Middle East. The Germans wanted the British out of the Middle East. So Lehi decided to make common cause with the Nazis, tried to make contact with them in Istanbul. The Nazis weren't interested. Nothing came of it.
It was a mixture of stupidity and fanaticism. They thought that they should join the enemy of England in order to obtain help for their goals in Palestine, which was just stupid. They were very brave and very stupid people.
In February 1942, during his arrest in Tel Aviv by the British, Abraham Stern was shot dead. On the 6th of November 1944, Lehi, commanded now by Yitzhak Shamir, struck back in an unexpected place, Cairo. Two assassins killed Lord Moyne, British minister resident in the Middle East, outside his home.
Yitzhak Shamir was a terrorist, and not just he, but the other members of the Stern gang defined themselves as terrorists and wrote that terrorism is a perfectly legitimate means for expelling the foreign occupier from the land of Israel.